Hi everyone, I'm Eden, and today we have writer, director, and filmmaker Kerwin Burke with us in the studio. With several award-winning films under his belt, including the mystery thriller Gold Mountain and the action film Whitney Chan and the Gang of Three, his movie Infinity and Chashire Ramen follows the activities of two spirits who watch over the residents of Japantown and try to keep the universe in order. This was also the first feature film to be shot entirely in San Francisco's very own Japantown. This comedy will make you want to schedule a movie night soon. Thank you for joining us, Kerwin.
Hi, thank you, Eden.
So could you tell our viewers a little bit more about what this movie is about?
Sure. It's a film about how we're all interconnected. So there's a number of vignettes and storylines going through it, and the thread that bonds us together is the two spirits, Tenchi and Lucy. And they're based in sort of Tengu folklore tradition of Japanese, like Miyazaki.
How did you write this screenplay? What was your thought process like?
Well, originally, I was vacationing in Paris, and I was in the Montmartre neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
And it's a really beautiful, quaint neighborhood. And it struck me that I was talking to a lot of people there that were locals, and the beauty of it was somewhat lost on them because they were there every day. And I began to think about Japantown in that way, because I grew up in Japantown, and it's a great neighborhood, it's beautiful, and I was beginning to take it for granted how, the charisma of the neighborhood. So I sat down and I started writing stories about sort of my life and things that happened to me when I was a kid, and I tried to connect them all together. The problem the first draft of the film was that it lacked sort of the charm and the fun of Japantown. So I went back on a second pass and I introduced sort of this spirit who's sort of guiding people in keeping the universe running in order. And then I wrote another draft and I said, well, he needs a sidekick. So we brought in Lucy, who is this sort of 1940s character, and that she's just died, and together they're going to go around and affect people's lives.
What was it like casting for these roles? Did you have a really strong idea of what you wanted from the actors? I
cast Hiroshi Kashiwagi from the start. I'd worked with him before. I knew he spoke Japanese as well as English. I was stunned by how much Asian American talent there is in the Bay Area, actors, and we literally were turning people away because we didn't have enough time to do it. So we added a second weekend of casting calls. Now we probably had a good 60 to 80 people come. We encouraged them to do the audition and interpret the characters they saw, and then I would say, well, here's kind of what I had in mind. Can you take your interpretation and mesh it with mine? And some of them were able to do that really well, and those are the people we cast. It was actually very difficult telling people, yeah, exactly.
A lot of talent.
Right, and they want to share their acting and learn and perform, but there were only so many roles, so it really was kind of difficult to, sorry.
So this film was shot entirely in San Francisco's very own Japantown. Were there any obstacles that you came across while filming?
Yeah, occasionally we'd be shooting, and there were a number of people who grew up in Japantown like I did, Larry Kitagawa, Todd Nakagawa, I'm sorry, Randy Nakano. So every once in a while we'd be shooting a scene and someone would walk by and say, hey Todd, how are you? And of course we'd have to call cut and reshoot it. We actually found that it really helped that we knew a lot of the merchants and residents there, because they really went out of their way to help with the production. We shot at Benkyo-do and on Sunday, and Bobby Okamura came down and he gave me the keys, and he opened the door, and then he gave me the keys. He said, well, just lock up and you're done. And it was that kind of community spirit throughout Japantown.
Oh, so that's nice, like the community.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We couldn't have made it without them. They opened their doors to their homes, to their businesses.
Oh, okay.
It was really nice.
That made everything really easy to do then.
Well, I wouldn't say easy, but it made it easier, because making a film, if anyone's tried to make one, it's a lot of hard work to get. You'll shoot 2 hours of footage and use 20 seconds of it sometimes.
Yeah. So one last question. Do you have any advice for any future filmmakers out there?
Yeah, don't ever give up on your scripts and your ideas, and get your friends together and literally shoot on your iPhone on the weekends if you don't have the equipment, and just keep learning, and you know, don't give up too easily, because it's very easy to quit in the process, but don't let go of it.
Wow, okay, so thank you so much, Kerwin, for this
Sure.
interview. Would you like to toss this movie over to our viewers?
Yeah, so you're going to be seeing the first episode of 4 that are going to air, and this opens in Benkyodo, and you're going to meet sort of the main 2 characters of Tenchi and Lucy there. They're 2 spirits who kind of seemingly randomly walk through Japantown and play pranks on people. But as the film progresses, you'll see that although everything seems unrelated and disjointed, that there is a plan.